Chapter 8 Calorie Quality Factor 2 Aggression. Calories vary in how likely they are to be stored as body fat. When we eat, our digestive system acts a bit like a traffic cop who tells calories where to go. How aggressively calories approach this traffic cop determines their chances of being stored as body fat. The traffic cop directs calories to repair, fuel, or fatten us in that order. The cop first makes sure that we have enough resources to rebuild anything that has broken down, say from smarter exercise, specifically eccentric resistance training. Next, the cop keeps us doing whatever we're doing, aka gives us energy. Last, the cop seeks to protect us from starving, aka stores energy for later use, aka stores body fat. As long as we have a calm and consistent flow of calories coming into our system, the cop does a great job directing them. However, as with ordinary civil unruliness, your body does not do its best work when dealing with a bunch of aggressive requests all at once. When calories approach the traffic cop aggressively, the cop gets angry, throws down its clipboard, and locks up those calories in fat cells. Right after you eat insane starches and sweets, a massive wave of aggressive calories start screaming all at once, and the traffic cop says, "Oh, really?" to the fat cells, all of you. To keep calories from being locked up in your fat cells, you don't need to worry about eating less food. Your body is fine with a lot of food. In fact, a lot of sane food is the single most beneficial thing you can do for your body. It's aggressive food that annoys it. 500 calm calories creeping into your bloodstream over many hours are less likely to be stored as body fat than 500 aggressive calories rushing in all at once. Anytime your body has more calories available than it can deal with right in that moment, it stores them as body fat. This is why unaggressive calories are so important. They don't dump too many calories into your bloodstream all at once, thus causing body fat to be stored. This is also why glycemic index and glycemic load have become all the rage. These are handy mainstream measures of a calorie's aggression and are like most wanted signs at the post office. They highlight the most dangerous aggressive offenders. To best understand calories' aggression, glycemic index, and glycemic load, we first need to understand how the body fuels itself. Our bodies don't run on the food we eat. It runs most often on glucose, a sugar that your body creates from the food you eat. That may seem like a meaningless distinction, but it's not. Body fat storage is not caused by eating a lot of food. Body fat storage is triggered as a response to eating food that causes you to have more glucose in your bloodstream than you can use at one time. The more aggressive calories are, the faster they increase the levels of glucose in your bloodstream. The faster calories increase your glucose levels, the more likely you are to have more glucose than your body can deal with at one time. That's when the traffic cop shuttles the excess into your fat cells. The distinction between a lot of food and a lot of glucose right now is important. You can eat pounds and pounds of food, literally, and avoid any excessive body fat if the glucose the food generates does not exceed the glucose level your body can accommodate right then. That's the primary reason why the glycemic index, glycemic load, and low glycemic diets like the South Beach diet and the Atkins diet work for so many people. These tools help people avoid excessive levels of blood sugar, a common trap that's easy for all of us to fall into as your body needs surprisingly little glucose, yet the normal Western diet is full of foods that spike blood sugar. Researchers and authors Steve Phinney, PhD, MD, and Jeff Volek, PhD, RD, share a fascinating detail. Your body has only 40 calories worth of glucose circulating at any given time. In their words, this means that when you digest a cup of mashed potatoes or rice, most of the 200 calories of glucose entering the bloodstream has to be rapidly cleared to someplace else to keep blood sugar in a normal range. That someplace else is generally your fat cells. So if you want to keep those calories out of your fat cells, you would be better off eating foods that are less aggressive. Fortunately, you don't need to worry about memorizing glycemic index or glycemic load food lists because sane eating prevents excess glucose from getting into your bloodstream automatically. You'll discover exactly which foods to eat later in your 5-week plan or at any time at sanesolution.com. But the key thing to keep in mind is if you stick to increasing the amount of water, fiber, and protein packed high satiety foods you're eating, you will automatically eat low glycemic index foods, ensure a low glycemic load, store less body fat, eat an unaggressive diet overall, and also lower your risk of coronary heart disease, diabetes, unhealthy cholesterol, and cardiovascular disease.